Hello students, welcome to Gate Electronics Guruji classes. In the last three videos, we completed the theoretical concepts required for even and odd signals. And from this video, we will start solving problems on the concept of even and odd signals. As I had said that I will take the problems in a gradually increasing complexity level, and I assure you that I will cover almost all the possible types of questions that can be asked from the concept of even and odd signals. As this is the first video on the concept of even and odd signals, so I will take comparatively simpler problems to start with. The problems that I am going to take in this video are pretty much simple. I am taking these problems so that you can get flexible with the easier kind of problems before tackling the comparatively tougher problems. So let's see the problem. The problem says check whether the following signals are even or odd. You see that three signals are given x1t, x2t and x3t, and we have to check whether these signals are even or odd. I will solve each of these three problems in two ways. First, I will solve the problems in the normal or the general way to solve this kind of problems in our semester examination. And then I will teach you how to use the properties of even and odd signals that you learned to solve this kind of problems to save much time in your GATE exam. So let's start with the first problem. x1t equal to sine t into sine t. So you have the signal x1t equals to sine t into sine t. So let's find out the expression of x1 of minus t. How do we find out x1 of minus t? We simply have to replace the time variable t by minus t. So x1 of minus t will be sine of minus t multiplied by sine of minus t. The time variable t has to be replaced by minus t. Sine of minus t is nothing but minus of sine t. We already know this very familiar trigonometric expression. This minus sign, if multiplied with this minus sign, become plus sign, and we will have sine t into sine t, right? And this is the expression of x1t. See, so what you finally obtained is x1 minus t is equal to x1 of t. So clearly x1t is an even signal. All right, okay. Now let's solve the same problem using the properties that we learned in the last video. See, we have x1t is equal to sine t multiplied by sine t. We know that sine t is an odd signal. If you don't know why sine t is an odd signal, please go to the first video on the concept of even and odd signals. There I have explained in detail why sine t is an odd signal. So sine t is an odd signal. So you observe that x1t is nothing but multiplication of two odd signals, because x1t is obtained by multiplying sine t with sine t. So as sine t is an odd signal, hence x1t is obtained by multiplying an odd signal with itself. And if you have gone through the lecture on the properties of even and odd signals, I have explained there in detail with example that the product of two odd signals is an even signal. So clearly, as x1t is the product of two odd signals, so clearly x1t is an even signal. See, whichever way you use to solve the problem, you might use this particular way, or you might use this way of solving. The final answer is going to be same. I hope that the concept is clear up to this part. Now let us come to the second problem. The second problem is x2t equal to sine t into cos t, right? So let me solve it here. You have x2t equal to sine t into cos t. So first let us find out x2 of minus t. So x2 of minus t will be obtained by replacing the time variable t by minus t, right? This time variable t will be replaced by minus t, as well as this time variable t will be replaced by minus t. We know that sine of minus t is minus of sine t. whereas cosine of minus t is equal to cosine t. So what I have finally is minus of sine t into cosine of t, right? And see that sine t into cosine t is nothing but x2t. So I have finally that x2 of minus t is equal to minus of x2t. So clearly x2t is an odd signal. Now let me solve the same problem using the properties. You observe that x2t is obtained by multiplying sine t with cosine of t. We know that sine t is an odd signal, whereas cosine t is an even signal. If you don't know why sine t is an odd signal and cosine t is an even signal, then please go to the first video on the concept of even signals and odd signal. There I have explained in detail why sine t is an odd signal and cos t is an even signal. So you observe that x2t is the product of an odd signal and an even signal. In the lecture on properties of even and odd signals, I have explained in detail with an example that the product of an odd signal and an even signal is an odd signal. So clearly x2t is an odd signal. See, you can use this way to solve, or you can use the shortcut way to solve the problem. The final answer will be same, right? Now let us come to the third problem. The third problem is x3t is equal to cosine t multiplied by cosine t. Let me take a new page to solve. I don't have enough space in this page. So the problem is x3t is cosine t into cosine t, right? Okay. So let us solve. So what do we have? We have that x3t is equal to cosine t into cosine t. So x3 of minus t will be nothing but the time variable t has to be replaced by minus t. So cosine of minus t multiplied by cosine of minus t. We know that cosine of minus t is equal to cosine t. That's a very familiar trigonometric relation. So what I have finally is cosine t into cosine t is nothing but x3t. So what you finally have is x3 of minus t is same as x3t. This implies clearly that x3 is an even signal. Now let us solve the same problem using the properties that we have learned. We observe that x3t is given as cosine t multiplied by cosine t. We know that cosine t is an even signal. If you don't know why cosine t is an even signal, then please go to the first video on the concept of even and odd signals. There I have explained in detail why cosine t is an even signal. So you observe that x3t is obtained by multiplying an even signal with an even signal. And in the lecture on the properties of even and odd signals, I have explained in detail with an example that the product of two even signals is an even signal in itself. So if you haven't watched that video, then please go to that video, watch the video on the properties of even and odd signals, and then come back to this. So you observe that x3t should be an even signal because it is obtained by the product or by multiplication of two even signal. So see, you can use this way to solve, or you can use this shortcut way to solve. The final answer that you will obtain will be same, right? So the third signal, that is x3t, is an even signal. Now let me take a new problem. This problem is very simple. I am taking this problem so that you can get flexible with the easier kind of problems before going to the comparatively tougher problems. The problem says, if from the function ft one forms the function psi t equal to ft plus f minus t, then check if psi t is even or neither even nor odd, both even or odd. See, it's a very easy problem, but still I want to solve this. I want you to be flexible with every kind of problems that can be asked from any topic. So psi t is given as ft plus f of minus t. So let's replace t by minus t and let's find out the expression. Replace t by minus of t. So I will have psi of minus t is equal to, the time variable t has to be replaced by minus t. If I replace this time variable t by minus t, I will have f of minus t. If I replace this time variable t by minus t, I will have this. See, this time variable t has been replaced by minus t, and the negative sign is kept at before. So you have that psi of minus t is equal to f of minus t plus ft, and ft plus f of minus t is nothing but psi t. as the question given. So what you finally have is psi of minus t is same as psi t. So clearly psi t is an even signal, right? So this is the answer, that the psi t is an even signal. In the next lecture, I will take comparatively tougher problem on the concept of even and odd signals, and I assure you that I will cover almost all the possible types of questions that can be asked from this topic. Thank you.